What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto Naruto Next Generations discussion. And today, I want to talk to you guys about something left over from Boruto Chapter 73 that I believe warrants our attention in a very serious conversation, which is Naruto being stretched thin as Hokage right now during a time where he's gonna have to protect Konoha in the days coming up ahead. Right now, as of Boruto Chapter 73, Naruto's in a dangerous situation where there are multiple variables at play that have the potential to be highly combustible. Ever since Momoshiki began popping up, telling Boruto the day he will lose everything is coming closer than we all imagined, we all knew that the world of Boruto Naruto Next Generations was in for a shakeup, but none of us expected us to be in a situation like this. Naruto right now has to deal with multiple threats that are staring him in the face more than any other Hokage before him, which is telling because Hiruzen stepped into being the Hokage during the first Great Ninja War, in which the first two Hokage died and he had to help in the war, and then proceeded to lead the village into two more ninja wars, with the second ninja war being one that he started and the third ninja war being one that he was dragged into. Naruto has Code out there with the Ten Tails army waiting to pull up on Konoha. He has Kawaki currently in the village, and Kawaki is a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. He has, unknowingly to him, Momoshiki waiting for his moment where he can take over Boruto's body for an extended test drive, because Boruto's supposed to fall into despair so greatly he willingly gives up control of his body. He has Ada and Damon coming to the village, two people who are not only stronger than him, but one has the power to control his hardened fighting spirit, and the other has the power to reflect all his attacks back at him if he tries to fight. Then he has Amado, the man who's returning to Konoha, more dangerous than he was when he first arrived because he has more leverage than he did beforehand. What's so striking and heartbreaking about each of these situations is the fact that every situation that Naruto's facing, most of them are all Naruto's fault, and really one could argue he finds himself facing each of these situations due to his past choices, and whatever befalls the village is his fault and his alone. Not because he's the Hokage and anything that happens under his watch is his responsibility. That's not the case. No, in all actuality, every crisis to some extent can be traced back to one of Naruto's decisions, because one decision branches off into several unintended consequences, which makes Naruto living his dream of being the Hokage and being forced to protect the village without Kurama so much more tragic when you think about it, because he's now a lot weaker than he was when he became Hokage. So starting off with Boruto, we know for a certainty that Momoshiki is teasing Boruto that a great calamity will come that will rock Boruto to his core, to the point where he'll willingly give up his body to Momoshiki. However, we know for a fact that Naruto and Sasuke both felt regret over allowing Boruto to land that finishing blow on Momoshiki, because Boruto ultimately ended up with the Karma Seal, and both in the Sasuke Shinden novel, both Naruto and Sasuke blame themselves for what happened to Boruto. If anything does happen to Naruto, he's going to ultimately go back to that battle with Momoshiki, where instead of doing what he started to do, which was finish Momoshiki himself, he allowed Boruto to get the finishing blow, because he wanted Boruto to feel what it's like to use high level and high powered ninjutsu by wielding an immense power of the Rasengan that Naruto gave to Boruto in order to kill Momoshiki. We saw briefly how that shook Naruto, where he was having a panic attack over the circumstances. The whole world was telling him his son needed to die. The child that he brought into the world, people were saying you need to kill your child, and he saw his son suffering and he blamed himself for it. The worst thing that a parent can do for their child is fail them, and fast forward, he saw his child being killed in front of his very eyes, and there was nothing he could do to stop it. Now, Naruto runs the risk of having his child being overtaken by Momoshiki, forcing him to see his child's face with Momoshiki's eyes looking back at him. For Naruto, that's the worst case scenario because of the psychological damage that it does to him. Moving on to Code with the Ten Tails army. Code is aiming to come to Konoha in order to take revenge on Naruto for killing Ishiki, while Naruto was more than justified in using Baryon mode to drain down Ishiki's life force, enough so that Kawaki could finish him off. The fact is that Naruto did a majority of the heavy lifting in the scenario. A lot of the blame does fall onto Naruto's shoulders. Ishiki did want to turn the whole planet into fertilizer for chakra fruit, so Naruto had morally every obligation to do what needed to be done to survive. However, Code heading to Konoha to destroy it out of revenge, but also because of Kawaki, because Code saw firsthand how much Kawaki cares about Naruto, and Code knows if he hurts Naruto, if he even kills Naruto, he's going to have Kawaki enraged enough that Code is going to get him one-on-one in a scenario to capture him, which brings us to Naruto's second biggest mistake as Hokage, Kawaki himself, Naruto's adopted son. The moment Boruto said, "Let's take Kawaki to meet my dad," everything changed. Once Kawaki came to Konoha and Naruto overruled Shikamaru's council to place Kawaki in confinement, like they're currently doing the manga, all the chaos began. Delta showed up looking for Kawaki, and it led to Naruto engaging in battle with Delta in order to protect Kawaki from Kara. Naruto defeated Mommy Delta. That led to Daddy Jigen showing up in Konoha on Father's Day to have a custody battle over Kawaki against Naruto and Sasuke, which left Naruto and Sasuke near death in a fight that was over so fast Jigen had time to return to his hideout to finish his bottle of wine. That led to Ishiki coming to Konoha, and in the aftermath of the Ishiki battle and the majority of the major sacrifices that came in that battle, you had Amado scheming behind everyone's backs to give Kawaki the Karma Seal against his will, which brings us down to Amado, which can be argued to be Naruto's greatest mistake. By granting Amado citizenship, Naruto has given Amado a ton of leverage right now. Amado's turned Kawaki into the most powerful person inside of Konoha, and conveniently, he's the only person who has a verbal shutdown code to control Kawaki, which makes him indispensable, because if Kawaki goes nuclear, he's the only one who could stop him. He's made Kawaki a weapon that only he can wield. He's gone from being a walking encyclopedia on everything Otsutsuki related to being Kawaki's sole handler, and he's confirmed that Shikamaru and Ada were right when they suspected him all along. He's been playing Konoha in all the situations in a way to where he comes up with the solution to all the problems, and he re-solidifies himself for Konoha as being the one they need to depend on. Ada saw his strategy and thought if push comes to shove, she can just kill Amado and she and Damon can fill the void that Amado had for Konoha. But now it looks like there's a different outcome here. Kawaki is his trump card in this scenario. He has a goal that no one was aware of, and he's capable of making technology that even in a Otsutsuki vessel like Jigen was afraid of its potential. Amado has potential to be one miscalculation that throws everything off balance. Then you have the specter of Ada and Damon, the wild cards in this whole scenario, which for this one, they could be argued to be the same fruit from the poisonous tree. Code freed the two of them because he was regrouping after Ishiki died, which Naruto is responsible for, which goes back to Kawaki coming to Konoha. Ada has her eyes set on Kawaki, who Naruto's been nurturing the entire time, and unknowingly to him, potentially given Ada enough information to begin trying to find her way to Kawaki to manipulate him. Damon was released shortly after Ada. While Damon's jutsu is simple enough, it can't be cut on unless he touches someone in the room, which doesn't have to be you if you're fighting him. It can be anyone in the room, but the problem is that once it's activated, you can't harm him, and he's usually making contact with someone when he's activating the jutsu, whether it be hugging Ada or touching whoever he's fighting. As upsetting as it might be for a lot of people to consider, Damon could walk up to Naruto and punch him in the face, and his head might explode and force Hinata to go and find out how good the Hokage life insurance policy is, which, spoiler alert, given how many Hokage have died serving as Hokage, that might be a high-risk policy right there. And here's the other thing about that, okay? So now that he's got Kawaki, Boruto, Ada, and Damon, and potentially Amado, since Ada's not going to want Amado out of her sight, all these people under one roof, he's got quite a bunch of combustible ingredients waiting to explode, especially once Code starts pulling up with his Ten Toes army, and everything he's looking for is all in one place. It's a nightmare scenario. If Code pulls up, Naruto might be unable to protect his village right now. If Damon and Ada wanted to, they could have Konoha at their feet if they decided to turn. If Amado's control over Kawaki goes beyond just shutting him down, but is full-blown control, then there's nobody who can stop Amado under that scenario, unless Naruto somehow able to win over Ada and Damon to his side, since Ada did confirm Damon could defeat Kawaki if he needed to. Now, on the other end, if Momoshiki spazzes out of control, it's Naruto being forced to fight his own son, something we've seen for ourselves. Naruto is unable to do, even in his official acting capacity as Hokage. The time is coming where Naruto is going to be looking at multiple threats coming all at once or bubbling back to back, waiting to go off, where someone's gonna look at Naruto and make the connection that all this shit that's happened has happened because of him. We've seen Naruto with enough self-awareness at times to reflect, and it would be a good way to close out this arc for his character in this fashion, as the story begins to shift from being the story of Naruto and Boruto, the story of father and son, and instead it shifts over to being just the story of Boruto Uzumaki, where Naruto himself is merely a support character, as we were told in chapter 1 of the manga. It's a good way to have Naruto come to grips with where his journey's taking him up to this point, where he realizes his prior mentality of wanting to be everyone's shield and sword, while also doing so with everyone at his back supporting him. While that might have been fine back then when Naruto was the strongest person on the planet, now that he's lost a lot of that power, there's nothing wrong with allowing others to be that sword and shield for him now, and for Naruto to be backing people like Boruto up. Which of these do you think is Naruto's greatest sin as Hokage? While you think that over, click here to watch the Spy Family video from KRYPTONIAN saying, or click here to watch this Naruto Explain video.